Hello everyone! My name is Cristin and this is my introduction speech. This is a chance for everyone to get to know me better. Since you can't really get to know someone in a 5-minute speech, I'm going to share with some highlights out of my life with you that really make me who I am right now. These are the things that would give you the best idea of what kind of person I am and what kind of student I am. I was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. My mom worked a lot of long hours, so my grandpa would help out a lot. He started taking me to the public library from a very young age. This is where my love affair with reading started. I am an only child, and growing up, books were my way of having a different adventure whenever I wanted. They kept me occupied, and they taught me about different cultures and worlds that I badly wanted to explore. This desire for adventure and exploration stuck with me. It manifested in high school when I was given the opportunity to study abroad for 1 year. I had been taking classes in German since middle school, and I even had a pen pal in Germany. Now, I had the chance to be immersed in a different culture and to travel outside of the United States. This would be my first trip abroad, and it would be a formative one. I left the United States in August of 2001. After 1 month of culture and immersion training with other American students, we were sent to live with our German families for the rest of the year. A few days after my arrival to my new family, the terrorist attacks of 9/11 occurred. I was shocked and appalled, and I naively expected everyone around me to feel the same way. But they didn't. It was an incredible experience for me, and it illustrated a perfect example of ethnocentrism. Until this point in my life, I saw everything from my point of view as being the right way. But from that moment on, I realized that I had a whole lot to learn, and I never saw anything the same way again. I came back in time to get started on my senior year in high school, but I was so confused and disoriented. I was a sophomore before I left for Germany, and I thought I had all the answers. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I thought I knew so many things. But when I came back for senior year, I had no idea what I wanted out of life. I knew I wanted to go to college, but I was so overwhelmed by my experiences from the past year that I couldn't stay focused. I was accepted to a handful of universities, but something didn't sit right with me, and I knew it wasn't what I really wanted out of life. My attention span was too short, I couldn't make up my mind, and I yearned to see the world. Shortly before my high school graduation, the United States invaded Iraq. I realized then that I wanted to make a difference. I signed up for the United States Army Reserve as a carpenter, hoping that I would be sent to Iraq so that I could help in humanitarian missions, like building schools and clinics. That's exactly what my unit's missions had revolved around in the past, and I was really excited. After I came back from boot camp and carpentry school, I was ready to go. I was so gung-ho. My unit had left for Iraq while I was at boot camp, and I couldn't wait to go. I was young and idealistic, a fresh 18 years old. However, due to some mishap with paperwork, I had been at my reserve unit for almost a year without any word of why, after months of volunteering to go overseas, I hadn't been picked. I was tired of going to these monthly drills where we had a limited number of personnel and no equipment to train with. I chose to go active duty immediately. I figured that it couldn't hurt me financially, and I was bored with being in San Antonio. I wanted to get out and see the world. I wanted to leave immediately, and I was given 2 choices: Fort Sill, Oklahoma, or South Korea. I'm from Texas. Oklahoma was so close by, I figured that I should go big or go home. It definitely freaked my mom out, but it was too late. I made my choice. I chose South Korea. Upon arrival to Korea, I met a charming man named Steven Boffman. He is now my husband. We have been married for 4 years. When I was younger, my friends joked that I would end up being an old maid. I certainly never imagined myself being married, but it became a part of who I am. Steven shares the same sense of adventure that I do, and he ignited a shared passion for Korean food and culture. Korea is very special to us. Besides our shared love for kimchi, there was something else that caught hold of us and wouldn't let go. Maybe it was the anonymity of being in a completely different culture, caught up in sights and sounds so foreign to us. Whatever it was, we plan on moving there when I retire from the military. After our tours in Korea, we moved to Anchorage, Alaska in 2008. I was stationed at Fort Richardson, and my husband finished his service in the military. I was deployed to Iraq from November 2008 to November 2009. I finally had my chance to serve and help out the local Iraqis. It wasn't everything it was cracked up to be, though. Although my unit's mission was primarily teaching Iraqi engineers the elements of carpentry and construction, I left Iraq extremely disappointed. I wish that I could have made a greater impact on the populace, at least building schools or hospitals. I didn't feel so great that all we had done was taught some Iraqi soldiers things that most of them knew anyway. But I was happy to be back, and since then I've been focusing my energy on finishing my degree and becoming an officer. Well, that's all I have for now. I hope everyone learned a little bit of who I am. I look forward to learning about the rest of the class. Good night and good luck.